Facebook lately. So we've got a really interesting guest here, Alexius McCoy, with such a great story. So here she is, finally. Alexius, tell us a bit about you.
Okay, well, basically, my name is Alexis, and I've been an entrepreneur since I was 12 years old. I've had my own business in the making since I was 10. But basically, I started out because every 90s show that I'd ever watched, there was always that kid that had a paper route. And I was just like, when I grow up, I'm going to have a paper route. But by the time I turned 10, all those paper routes were given to the adults. So I was just like, well, if I can't have a paper route, what else can I do? So then by the time I turned 12, I decided I'll start my own babysitters club. And that's what I went with.
Wow. So that was impressive because when you first told me this on Facebook, I was like, "What? Wow!" I actually thought at first that I was actually interviewing a kid because
Right.
it was CEO. Is it CEO kid?
Yes, kidCEO. This,
Yeah, that's the one.
yep.
That is amazing. So yeah, so this is absolutely a great inspiration for you guys to get connected to Lexius and listen to her story as well, because this might wake you up and it might give you a great inspiration and some ideas as well. So tell me a bit about when you started your babysitting club.
Okay. So originally I put it in the motion as soon as I turned 12 because that's the age limit for my state. I decided I was going to get certified. So a lot of kids apparently don't do that, but I made sure I had CPR training for babies, all of that great stuff. And I made sure that I had business cards, flyers. I went the full 9 yards with my parents' help, and I was just really excited about it. And I made sure that when I went to clients' houses, I would have forms for them so they could fill it out and tell me if I did well, and I would could keep their information and put it on my website that I had at the time. So yeah,
Wow. And what age was that?
that was 12.
Wow. So 12 years old, you were doing all of that. So
Exactly.
business cards, wow, that is impressive. Because in my country, you would not see a 12-year-old do that. I've
Yeah, here too.
never ever, I've never witnessed it. So that's quite interesting.
Thank you.
Wow. So you first started this at 12 years old, and you wrote a book as well, I see.
Yes, and that actually happened last year when I was 19. I wrote it with four other girls, sorry, and we all have our own businesses. And for me, that was super cool because I hadn't met a lot of girls that were doing their own businesses, that were kids and doing their own thing. So
Wow.
I was pretty amazed about that.
Wow, that's cool. Can you hold it up again? All
Sure.
of it in front of the let everyone have a little see of this. This is serious stuff, guys. That is amazing. Wow. So where can this book be found?
You can find it at my store. It's store.alexiusmccoy.com, and I can get you a signed copy, hard copy.
Wow. There you go, guys. So honestly, go check her out because this is amazing stuff. And again, for a 12-year-old back then, not now, you know, you've obviously come a really long way as well. And
So yeah, so far
well, so what are you doing?
So far, I've had about five businesses, five or six. I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I've started businesses, passed them on, gone on from there. But each time that I do a new business, it's a new experience, and I enjoy it very much.
Wow. So what's your settled business then, if you have one?
So right now, I have a virtual call center. I hire people throughout the UK, Canada, and the United States to work from home. So I enjoy doing that because
Wow.
I help people so they don't have to commute and they can work from home at the same time.
Wow. So there's so much to learn about you and your business as well. So is this something that you want to see progress in 5 years' time?
Yes, in the next 5 years, I plan on having 500 representatives working for me. And then by the year 2020, I plan on taking them on a 4 day trip to Hawaii.
Wow, that is amazing. So where's the current location of this call center?
So, since it's virtual, it's basically everywhere. As long as you have internet, you can access the virtual call center. But I'm based in Colorado,
Wow.
so that's usually where I am.
Wow, that is amazing. So what kind of employees do you have?
So primarily, I have customer service representatives. They work for different Fortune 500 companies, and basically they work at their own pace. I don't have, they all do it themselves. They can have a 15-hour minimum. That's the minimum hours they can work. They can work up to 60. So it's really up to them. Basically, what I do is I make sure that they get into training, they have no technical issues, and I make sure to pay them on time.
Wow. Absolutely. So is this a commission job for them, or
No,
they
it is
get paid
hourly
in like
pay.
hours?
No, it is
Wow.
hourly pay. So as I pay them twice a month, every 2 weeks, just about, and that's how we go about.
Okay. Wow. So what type of person do they have to be to get into your business?
Well, they have to be very reliable. I think that they
Okay.
have to also be self-starters. You have to be a self-starter to work from home because I'm not going to sit there and boss over you and be like, you need to be here at this time right now. You have to be able to do that yourself.
Absolutely.
And they have to be a little tech savvy because you are going to be using your computer most of the time to speak with customers. And you also have to just be very kind over the phone. That's why when I do like phone interviews, I make sure that their voices are something that is more relaxing, something that people can listen to. I don't want someone that when you hear them, you just kind of cringe at first and you're just like, I don't want you to talk to me.
Absolutely.
You want someone that is customer service based.
Wow, that is brilliant. What sort of products do you sell? What services are you selling?
So right now I have a travel business with amazing technology. It is so very cool. It is a credit card that holds all your credit cards on it. So I am waiting in the mail to get mine because that is just, I think that is the coolest thing. It's like having the iPhone before it came out. It's just, it's really amazing. But that's one of the services that I have right now because I enjoy traveling and I want everybody to be able to travel too. So that's one of the services that
Wow,
I have currently.
that is absolutely amazing. So how would you advertise your business?
So right now, what I do is I invite people that say that they are business oriented and they want to help other people, and I add them to my secret group called Winners Only. So I show them the
Okay.
video explaining how it all works and how they can get started with me because it is an investment, just like any other business. You have to have some capital inside to actually get this started and help other people.
That is awesome. That is really awesome, honestly. So how do you advertise the product itself?
So when I advertise the product, I like to be the product of the product. That's why when my card finally comes in the mail, I'll have one myself. But I like to show people this is what I have. And when my friend showed it to me, I was just like, yeah, I need that. That's cool. So I like showing people how it works. I also like doing live videos where I show them this is what I'm doing and this is how I'm making a lot of money doing what I'm doing. And I want you to come with me.
Wow, amazing. What kind of cooperation is your business?
Mine is a C corp, but that basically means it's not a limited liability. It means that I can work throughout the United States, Canada, and the UK because it's very easy and broad that I can do multiple different businesses underneath that business.
Wow, that's impressive. Because I've noticed that some companies are finding it hard to like because obviously you're online based. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes, all online.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of people find it hard to do that for some reason, but yeah, you don't seem to be having a problem at all.
Nope.
So yeah. So what is your company goals?
So, as a company, my goal is to move on to helping children because honestly, I feel that kids nowadays, they are always online, but they're not learning something that's beneficial. They're watching a bunch of like cat videos and a weird, just random stuff. So, it's like, I want to encourage kids to learn something that's important that school doesn't normally teach. Especially being an entrepreneur, it was really hard for me because they didn't teach how to balance a checkbook or how to start out your own payroll or where to start with that. Just things like that I want to be able to give to other kids.
Well, what is unique about your business? Obviously, I know you started at the age of 12, but
Well, it's unique
that's unique.
because I feel that everybody should have A plus service, no matter what they're doing. no matter what part of the business that I have. I always want people to be giving their best. And for me, that is the top priority. Just like on a team for soccer or sports or whatever, you have to be giving 212%, as my coach would say. That's the temperature that water boils. As long as you're at that percentage always, you'll always be doing your best.
Wow, that's great. So what are your responsibilities as a business owner?
As a business owner, I take care of my employees. So I always make sure that as long as they, I want to make sure that they have what they need. If they have questions, they know they can always come to me. I make sure that I'm available on Skype about 26 out of this 26 out of, no, 23 out of the 24 hours in a day, just to make sure that if they need something, I'm there.
Wow. If someone was to say, oh, they want to do what you're doing at the age of 12, what advice would you give them now?
I would say make a business plan. And honestly, that's why I made this book called My Success Notebook. I put how to make a business plan and just other things that I've learned over the years. I actually write in my own success notebook all the things that I've learned since the time I was 12 to now. So I wrote all those things in this book, and I made space so that people can write down what they've learned as well.
Well, that is absolutely, you're just awesome. That's all I've got to say. From the age of 12 as well, and to see how far, you've come in life and the amount of businesses that you had at the age of 20, that is just crazy. Honestly, I don't know anyone that's done all that. Wow.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Did you ever get the time to just be a child?
Yes, and honestly, that was the most fun part because apparently a lot of my friends didn't know that I had my own businesses and things because I like to keep it separate. So my business life is my business life. And when I was having fun, I was just having fun. I went to school. I had plenty of time for school, after school activities, before school activities, sports, you name it, I was in it. So I made sure I had everything basically balanced. Occasionally, they would overlap, but I still went to the park. I still flew kites. I still did dirt biking. I still did kites and all those other fun activities. I started learning how to be a pilot. That was fun. We went on field trips, just normal stuff, theme parks and all that.
That's impressive. I'm not even going to say, is any of your businesses got you in like real stress? Like,
It has.
because you start. Yeah, the reason why I ask this is because when you started at a very young age, and I suppose if I was to start at that age and then progress in life and have the amount of business you had, I think I'd get really, really utterly stressed that I would just want to give up. And it's amazing to see that you are still flying.
Yeah, and
you're still going.
And it happens. I remember I had to have surgery. I had a hernia. It was not fun. It was my senior year, and I was ready to just be finished with school, but I hit a slump. And I was so sad about it, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But then, just like I was used to when I was younger, if I hit a slump, I made sure to just try to pick myself up. I went back to school after 6 weeks after my surgery. And then after that, I just decided, okay, if I'm going to continue my business, I need to find something that I can do that won't be as tasking. So I actually took over my brother's vending machine business, which helped me and get back into the game. And I went to different seminars such as Biz Girls, and that really helped me to see that there were other kids like me.
Wow. So what are the businesses that you had in the past?
Okay. Well, so I started with, when I was around 10, we started doing popsicles. Me and my brother loved popsicles, so that was fun. Then I went on to doing babysitting. I also had a business called FBI, which is forming balloons instinctively. My mother gave that to me, and it was super fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
And then after that, I had adapted the FBI business into doing mascot work and face painting, so that was a lot of fun. So then after that, I had a vending machine business, to which I sold that business and started doing a drop shipping business, to which I decided, well, if I'm going to be online anyway, I want to start my own virtual call center. And I started that last year.
Wow, that is really impressive. Well, I've answered all the questions that I needed to ask. If there's anything else you want to say, the floor's yours.
Okay, well, I definitely, if any kids are listening, definitely reach out to me because I am an open book and just watch my videos. I'm on YouTube, DTube, and all of those great things. So definitely reach out to me. All right.
Again, I really appreciate your time in letting me interview you as well. Even though we've had a few problems with Facebook, but hopefully that Zoom's the future now.
Exactly.
It might have to be now. But yeah, I really appreciate your time. And guys, again, give Alexis a message or an ad. You've heard her story. She's a great inspiration and such an amazing person as well. Thank you so much for letting me interview you as well.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm on every social media, same name everywhere. So definitely follow me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye bye.